What's up, family around the world? It's your boy Robert Claiborne Jr. I just want to reach out to you guys. I feel the need to be transparent, to help bring light to why I'm doing these Your Struggles Are My Struggle videos, because it's deeply rooted from a place that I feel God is bringing to light to myself, for myself, and and as I follow His lead in bringing these videos to light, these issues that I have to light, hopefully He will help someone else in the process. So I'm being a bit transparent right now. Anyway, all my life, I've taken the easy road, the shortcut, if you will. Just thinking back when I was in high school. I don't remember if it was 9th or 10th grade. So I played football, right? Cornerback. Oh, don't get crunk for me. It only lasted briefly, because I couldn't pass pre-algebra, and the reason I couldn't pass pre-algebra was it was a bit challenging, and I just didn't get it. So I didn't put forth the effort or the energy to learn. So what did I do? I started skipping that class. Like, what's the point? I ain't gonna pass it. I don't know how to do it. What's the point? So I started skipping that class, and then it went from skipping that class to skipping school. Sometime after that, my brother he went to Job Corps. So I'm like, my brother went to Job Corps, so I'm gonna go to Job Corps. I was only, I think, 15 at the time. You had to be like 16 to attend there. So I just kept skipping school. I wouldn't go. And so I ended up going to Job Corps, nevertheless. And when I went, I signed up for electrical. You can make a good career out of that. So, I signed up for electrical. The first day or two in electrical, it was, I didn't get it. Like, it was foreign to me. So, of course, it seemed hard because I had no knowledge of it. Like, I just didn't know. So, again, it was time to get up out of there. I had met this guy. We started going together. I met him when I was there or whatever. So he was in carpentry. So I'm like, shoot, I want to go to carpentry now. Because he said they just chilled all day and, and all that. So, yeah, that's my thing right there. So, I dropped electrical and I went to sign up for carpentry. Well, it was I couldn't. It had closed or whatever for as signing up for it. And so I'm like, well, I just go ahead and do computers. Why not? So the sign up for that was closed. So then I signed up for warehousing. I didn't want to do security and accounting and all that. So I signed up for warehousing. And so this was 99. Like, this is year 2018. And everything I do is connected, it's tied to warehousing. So please understand the decisions that you make now in life, it could affect you later on in life. And I get back to that. But to continue on with the story, So I started. I did warehousing. And so here come graduation. I got my license there. I think when I was 16, and I started attending GED classes. So I took my GED test and everything, and I was 7 points short. Well, now it's around the time for graduation. This has been a year now. Now I want to graduate now because it marks my 1 year anniversary. I want to do it because of that. And a couple people that was graduating then, I wanted to graduate with them. Now I hadn't finished my GED yet. Now in Job Corps at the time, you could graduate. They had a graduation class every 3 months. I could have waited 3 months, after I did my, after I actually passed my, obtained my GED. But no, I didn't want to do it. I wanted to leave now. So this is 99 now. I didn't get my GED until, I can't do this. This traffic is crazy. So I didn't get my GED until 2012. And the only reason why I did it then because I was about to graduate truck driving school with my CDL, and I had applied for Dr. Pepper, and one of their requirements is that you have to have your GED. So that's the only reason why I did it. So that was, that's something that I could have did 13 years prior or 12 years prior, whatever. So again, decisions that you make now can and possibly will affect you later. So proceed with the story. So I get out of Job Corps, whatever, and and all the way up until 2011. 2011, my 11-year anniversary from graduating Job Corps. It was April 20th, 2011. And I did a reflection on my life, evaluation on my life, and I'm like I've done nothing. I've worked in warehouses, warehouse jobs here and there or whatever for ever since I graduated Job Corps, and I think at the time I was getting paid $14.35 or something like that, and it was just sad, this is the path that I set for myself, because I'm taking the easy way out. I don't want to put in the work. I don't want to go head on with challenges that's before me. So I run. It's nothing conscious, to it. What? Nah, I ain't doing this. I finna run. But if you look at it, that's what I've been doing my whole life. And the crazy part about it is, with doing that, I still end up having to address things or go ahead on with things that became a result of that, and that's procrastinating. The very first episode I did for Your Struggles Are My Struggles, and it was procrastination. So everything that all the videos that I'm coming out with is birthed from that. And and I just want to encourage everyone. You can run, you can run, but you can't hide. At some point, you're gonna have to face reality. At some point, you're gonna have to face those challenges. As long as you continue to run and choose not to do it, it's creating something much more deeper, something more in depth, something more it will affect you. And once you get that family that you always wanted and everything, guess what's going to happen? That's going to affect them, because now Now your burdens, just your burdens, your used to be burdens for yourself, is no longer yours. Now it's your family. So now you're gonna have to go through this whole process of retraining yourself, retraining your mind, like discipline your mindset. You're gonna have to break yourself from things and like go against your own will, like purposely, intentionally, to break you from the same things that you have been accustomed to for many years. Like I finna be 36 in November. Now all this transpired when I was like 16, 17 years old. So now I have to go against myself. I have to really go through great measures to break myself of things that made me who I am now. Or shall I say, like, has kept me from like making like this big splash in my own pool. That can ultimately like, impact others. That could ultimately lay the foundation for my family. That ultimately where I can actually live my purpose, which I was created for. So now it's safe to say I don't really have discipline. I don't. I've gotten better over the last few weeks, but still it's nothing to gloat about or be grateful. Well, definitely grateful, but it's nothing to be grateful for. I mean, I'm sorry, say it again. It's nothing to be, boastful for, because I mean, like, I'm a grown man. Like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing anyway, So, it was another one, something else that I put off to where it's affecting me now. But I just want to encourage everyone. Like, I mean, handle your business now, especially if you're young, you in your 20s, maybe high school or whatever. Man, do your deal now. I mean, like 20s, you're supposed to be laying your foundation. In 30s, like, you supposed to be adding on to it as you live your life. Not trying to make up for your 20s and your 30s, and then like 40s, you trying to do what you should have been doing in your 30s. I'm telling you, that's so true. Handle your business now, because if not, like, either you're not going to go anywhere in life, or you're going to settle, become complacent with where you are, and it's going to affect your family. Who want to just go to your 9 to 5 and, that's your life? God created us for so much greater, so much more, and we settle for, like a nice house that we bought, a couple good, nice vehicles, a family. Nothing wrong with that, but like, is that all you want in life? Like, you want to travel the world. Only way you see yourself traveling the world is working hard, saving money, and that's it. Like, granted, yeah, you still have to do that, but for all you know, the purpose that God created you, like with you working inside your calling and doing, following God's will and His way, for all you know, like, it may be for you to travel and do this and do that. Like, that's, God would make a way for that. But if you want to just live for yourself, then it's going to be more work. I mean, like, it's always possible, but when you live in your life for yourself, when you live in your life for yourself, you would only have access to your potential. Like, you will only have so much access to your potential. You won't be able to access it all, because you're not living to bring glory to God. You're not living to please God. So why would He give you 100% access to what He gave you to do your own will? Like, how is that serving? How is that like bringing glory to His name? Now, if you flip it, like, you're trying to live to please God and do things for others or whatever. Like, of course, like, you're doing things for yourselves, but like, like, you ultimately, like, your goal is to do God's will. like he will give you those accesses. Like as you prepare and grind, he will bring forth opportunity. Like it's a given. It's easier said than done. Like, and that's my deal. Like one minute I'm laser focused. Next minute it's like, you know, my lack of commitment get the, like, you know, exposing itself, and it's like, okay, now I'm blowing with the wind. Like my grind ain't as strong as it used to be. My focus isn't laser sharp like it used to be. You know, because now I feel like, well, I done it for a month or two. Like, you know, I'm supposed to be seeing some fruit for it. Well, when we look at things like that, like, I mean, it's going to be easy to quit. You know, because that why isn't strong enough. You know, we doing it to receive a reward. We doing it to you know, to get money from it, and, you know, and stuff like that. Like whenever it's like that, it's going to be easy to quit. But if you're doing it for a greater purpose, then it's much more easier to persevere when it's hard, when it's challenging, when it's difficult. Like it's much easier to, because that why is what keeps you going. That why is what keeps you flowing, like, and wanting to do that, because this is your passion. But if it's about money, if it's about, you know, like accolades and stuff like that, it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be much easier to quit. So, I mean, just buckle down and get at it now. I mean, because this procrastination thing, it's real. It's tied to so much. It's like, it's a reflection of lack of commitment. It's a reflection of not persevering, like not caring, being selfish because you don't want to do it no more, because you didn't get what you wanted or expected out of it. Now guess who's suffering? Your family. You know, like, lay the foundation now. Like, I mean, discipline yourself to hit it hard now, like, and go about life later. You know, and that's because then you can do that because you laid your foundation. You know, you've made that path for yourself. You know, so I mean, do it now. If not, you're gonna be trying to make up, you know, for lost times when you could have just did it now, and then that instead of making it up, you know, 15, 20 years later, you can actually be enjoying life, living life, you know, like just, I mean, have money away for your kids, you know, have that spiritual foundation laid for your kids, you know, because it's not about money. If it's about money, guess what happened? You may perish with that money, because without that money, you're not gonna see living. You're not gonna see life, because that's what your why is attached to. Well, money is when you die and go to heaven or hell, you're not gonna have that. You know, and I understand, hey, I want to live to the fullest. I want to do this while I'm living. Yeah, you know, God not against all that. But when you do it apart from Him, then, you know, that's when you enter into deep waters. So, you know, I just want to encourage everybody, like, I mean, whatever it is, do it now. Don't wait till later. You know, do it now. Don't wait for later. And my whole thing is, how I view it now is like, it's grinding 6 days a week. Just like God, like, created everything in 6 days. On the seventh day, like, He sat back and looked at His work. You know, like, so I'm going to do the same thing. Like, and if it's in your heart, or God touched your heart to do it, you should do the same thing. You know, like, on that 7th day of, you know, looking back, not just, oh, look what I did. It's more like, okay, I've got this accomplished this week. Okay, so, you know, look at where you can improve in. Just look where you can improve at. You know, and you know, be mindful of that, and go ahead and plan your schedule, your goals, or whatever for the next week. You know, write out, okay, Monday through Saturday, what your week should look like. You know, and grind according to that. Like, that way you don't have to worry about forgetting because you wrote it down. You don't have to worry about, like, not keeping track because you wrote it down. Like, you can be effective. You can see your improvement. Like, you can see where you have made the necessary adjustments. Like, it's because it's on paper. You can see that. And when the 7th day come, you can reflect back, okay, how your week went. Like, all the things that you accomplished. Not to pat yourself on the back, but to be able to reflect, and apply it to next week to stay motivated because you see your progress. See, progress is my motivation. If I don't see progress, it's like, oh, I'm discouraged. I'm all out of whack now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, just write it down, like, on the 7th day, reflect on your week, and mostly look where you can improve at, and apply that to the following week, and grind at it. You'll break yourself from the procrastinating. You'll become more disciplined. You'll become more effective. Like, and that's what it's about. So yeah, I just want to encourage, like, everyone or whoever listens to this or whatever. Like, it's much bigger than just existing. It's time to live your life. It's time for me to live my life. But until we start, being more responsible, being more effective, with others in mind, not just ourselves, because God bless us with enough to, for us and to bless others. It's just what it is. Stop being selfish and give. Pay it forward. So that's what this is about. Sorry to keep you guys so long or whatever, but I just wanted to be a bit transparent, so you guys can further understand why I'm doing your struggles are my struggles, to let you know I'm not doing it just doing it. Like, this is like your struggles are my struggles, like, for real. You know what I mean? Like, you going through some things, I'm going through some things. Just so happened, we're probably going through the same issues because we've put things off. We procrastinated. We we just have lack of discipline because we're not doing what we're supposed to do. So we can do this thing together. So, hey, do your business. Like God created you for such a thing. So embrace that. Create that change to be the change. Be the change to make the change, for not just for yourself, but for others. Much love, and the next video coming soon. So much love to you guys, and hey, let's grind. It's time to get at it. Stay motivated and execute. Peace.